This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Urol. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Urol, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Good evening, I'm Camelia and you're watching KiniNews. Zuraida Kamaruddin has been ordered to pay PKR 10 million ringgit. This came after the court found her guilty of breaching the bond binding her to the party. The Kuala Lumpur High Court has ordered former PKR Vice President Zuraida Kamaruddin to pay 10 million ringgit to PKR. This was for defecting after clinching the Ampang seat for the third time in the 14th general election. The court this morning allowed PKR's 10 million ringgit bond lawsuit against the former minister who lost the parliamentary seat during GE15. The party's counsel, Navpreet Singh, confirmed the verdict that Civil Court Judge Akhtar Tahir delivered during the online proceedings. The lawyer said the court found the bond to be a valid and binding contract and was of the view that the 10 million ringgit was a reasonable sum to act as a deterrence to party members from acting against the party's interests. He added that once the sealed court order is issued, then PKR will demand that Zuraida pay the sum straight away. When contacted, Zuraida's counsel Nizamuddin Abdul Hamid said they would appeal to the Court of Appeal against today's verdict. Zuraida, along with 11 other MPs led by former PKR Deputy President Azmin Ali, left the party in February 2020 to support Bersatu, UMNO BN and GPS in forming the government. This formed part of the Sheraton move that led to the downfall of the then Pakatan Harapan administration. Following the decision by the court today, Fahmi has revealed that PKR may sue other former members. He said Zuraida wasn't the only one who jumped ship and betrayed the party at the time. PKR may consider taking legal action against some of its former members who betrayed the party before. This is according to PKR Information Chief Fahmi Fadzil. He told reporters this following the High Court's decision today, ordering the party's former Vice President Zuraida Kamaruddin to pay 10 million ringgit to PKR for breaching the bond binding her to the party. He said the court decision against Zuraida may be discussed at the next PKR leadership meeting and pointed out how she was not only the one who jumped ship at the time. So, PKR may continue taking legal action against those who betrayed the party, he said. Earlier today, the Kuala Lumpur High Court had allowed PKR's 10 million ringgit bond lawsuit against Zuraida. The court ordered her to pay the party for defecting after clinching the Ampang seat for the third time in the 14th general election. The court found the bond to be a valid and binding contract and said that the 10 million ringgit was a reasonable sum to act as a deterrence to party members from acting against the party's interests. The court also ordered Zuraida to pay 50,000 ringgit in costs. Zuraida's counsel had said that they would appeal to the Court of Appeal against today's verdict. Previously, during the trial, PKR's Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution Ismail testified that Zuraida won the Ampang seat due to her contesting under the party banner rather than the strength of her character. Still on PKR, the party's Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said they will not readmit any former leaders or members who had betrayed the party. While commenting on PKR's win against Zuraida, he said more of her supporters are applying to rejoin the party, but they will be rejected as joining the party is not like changing clothes. He said the lesson here is to not betray the party as the happiness will only be temporary. Saifuddin added that PKR will proceed with legal actions against other former leaders and members who had triggered or supported the Sheraton move in 2020 and led to the fall of the then Pakatan Harapan government. With the state elections just around the corner, Malaysia Kini has published a special page for users to simulate results of the upcoming state elections based on GE15 results. This is a project that my colleagues spent hundreds of hours working on. Scan the link here and donate to support more work like this. Before that, let's take a look at how the simulator on our special page works.
New product from KiniNews Lab. This simulations calculator is based on the results of the 15th general election. It lets you predict the results of 5 states' election based on the turnout rate and the change in voting preference. For example, if you think only 70% of the voters who supported Pakatan Harapan in GE15 will come out to vote in this state election, while 80% of PN voters will return. In addition, 30% of the voters who had supported BN will now vote for PN. The calculator will tally the total number of seats likely won by each coalition in the 5 states. For example, in Selangor, PN will likely win 11 seats with a net gain of 6 seats. Click here and you will see which seats will likely be won by each camp. Those marked with the plus symbol are newly won seats.
While we're on the topic of the state elections, a BN leader has called on voters in Terengganu to support BN. He said Terengganu will follow in Kelantan's footsteps in terms of development if PAS continues to rule the state. Terengganu BN chairperson Ahmad Said has claimed that Terengganu will follow in the footsteps of its neighbor Kelantan, which is backward in various aspects if PAS continues to have the mandate to govern the state in the upcoming state polls. He said this after launching the Terengganu BN state election machinery last night. Ahmad claimed that Terengganu hasn't seen significant changes or progress since PAS took over the state from BN in the 14th general election, with no development under their leadership. He said the people of Kelantan have no issue with this because they can look for jobs in Kuala Lumpur. However, the people of Terengganu do not like going out of the state. He pointed out how the water issue has not been resolved for nearly 30 years in Kelantan. Ahmad added that in GE15, the people gave PAS a chance and they won all the Terengganu parliamentary seats, but questioned what they got in return. He said there are no ministers or deputy ministers from the state. There is no allocation for the state, and in the end, the people lose as there is no development. The people of Terengganu, he said, will enjoy greater benefits, especially in terms of development allocations, if the state government is aligned with the federal government. With this, he hoped that the people of Terengganu will vote for change in the upcoming state election and give the mandate to BN. He added that BN wants development for Terengganu, which has great tourism potential, and hoped that people will no longer fall for money politics. Meanwhile, in Selangor, Perikatan Nasional has expressed their confidence in capturing the state from Pakatan Harapan. Selangor PN Liaison Secretary Dr. Afif Bahardin said they are confident of winning due to increasing support from voters after the last general election. Afif also vouched for the coalition's candidates, saying they were experienced professionals and have no court cases against them. He noted that it is crucial for PN to show voters in Selangor that the coalition is capable of forming a stable and efficient government. The 14th Selangor State Assembly was officially dissolved today, paving the way for the state polls to be held. With the dissolution of the 56-seat State Assembly, Selangor will be governed by a caretaker government until the new state government is formed after the polls. After 41 years with DAP, Ronnie Liu has decided to quit the party. He said this is because he does not want to be involved in partisan politics anymore. Sungai Pelek Assemblyperson Ronnie Liu has decided to quit DAP after 41 years with the party. However, he said he will remain an ally of Pakatan Harapan and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. He told Malaysia Kini that he will remain a Harapan supporter, but there will be no more partisan politics for him. Yesterday, Liu had posted a letter on Facebook addressed to DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke, announcing his intention to leave the party. In the letter, he said many things have happened while he was with the party and some were beyond his expectation. With that, he requested to terminate his membership with DAP with effect from June 24, 2023. Liu confirmed with Malaysia Kini that the letter will be sent to DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke today. Last October, it was reported that Liu was expected to quit DAP sometime soon. However, when asked about it at the time, he merely said to wait for his statement. The MCMC has threatened to take legal action against Facebook's owners to ensure that people are secure and protected online. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, or MCMC, has threatened to take legal action against Facebook's owners. This was over failures from the company to remove harmful content on its platform. In a statement, MCMC said as there is no sufficient cooperation from Meta, MCMC has no option but to take definitive steps or legal action against Meta to ensure that people are secure and protected in the digital sphere. They added that the action is necessary for promoting accountability for cybersecurity and enhancing consumer protection against online harms, including fraudulent activities and scams. The MCMC added that it has repeatedly requested Meta to remove content relating to race, royalty, religion, defamation, impersonation, online gambling, and scam advertisements. However, they said Meta's response was sluggish and unsatisfactory, and they had not met the urgency of the matter. The government has been actively engaging companies running social platforms since late last year to seek better content moderation. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.